So today is the day that the Democrats have their No King rally. No foundational Black American have any business out there protesting for the Democrat Party. I'm going to repeat that again for those that did not hear me in the back. The so-called foundational Black Americans have no business out there protesting or taking part in any protest against ICE, against Trump, against federal agents. Now, some of you are out there talking about how ICE is targeting Black Americans. Did you guys forget that the Democrats strategically placed illegal migrants in so-called Black American communities? This is all by design. It's all by design. They designed it. So there are going to be some Black Americans that's caught up in the mix. But they're not targeting the so-called Black Americans. Black Americans just happen to be there. That's where they put the illegal migrants in the Black American community. They didn't put them in the Italian community. They didn't put them with the Asians. They didn't put them with those Ukraine people or the South African whites that came here. They didn't even put them in those politicians' neighborhood. They put them in the so-called Black American communities to compete with the resources, what little resources that the Black community had. Now they have to compete with illegal migrants. And to take it a little farther, they even gave illegal migrants, they gave them an EBT card, they have a driver's license, they have work permits, everything that American citizens should be receiving because that's what we pay taxes for. The illegal migrants are now taking advantage of everything that the American people should be benefiting off of. But they will talk about Black Americans, about how Black Americans are on welfare and EBT and all this other nonsense while they're collecting it and they have no right to receive it at all. Now, there may have been some Democrat politicians out there protesting about George Floyd, but the only thing Black Americans asked for was a hate crime bill so the police can stop taking their lives unjustly and then end up walking, spending time with their family, but yet the families of so many foundational Black Americans had to bereave and mourn the loss of a child or a family member. You had white supremacists that go up in churches and in school. They target Black children. Even after what happened to Charlie Kirk, they started targeting the foundational Black Americans, not the ones that took the life of Charlie Kirk, but they started targeting Black Americans. And I'm kind of disappointed, man, because Black Americans are allowing this stuff to take place. In the time that I came up in, none of this could happen. Black Americans would not allow what's happening now to happen. And so I'm a little disappointed, man. But for y'all to be out there protesting against ICE, Black Americans should be a part of no protests involving the Democrat Party. The only time they want you on the front line is when they want to use you. See, you're not receiving the benefits that these illegal migrants are benefiting on. They're telling you to move on with your life, to forget about the history of slavery. They don't think you deserve reparations. But they, without authorization, just give away our tax dollars to migrants. They're spending all of the money on illegal migrants. They shut this country down in protest of illegal migrants. Of course, they put Trump's name on it because they got you guys brainwashed. But they shut this country down in behalf of illegal migrants, and they're out there across the country protesting what they call a No Kings protest against Trump. But they're doing that in behalf of illegal migrants. They have never done that for the so-called Black Americans. They have not spent, America is losing billions of dollars a week with this shutdown. But yet they can't pay the descendants of slavery reparations. They tell you it would make the country go broke. But they don't mind wasting money on illegal migrants. So I don't think any so-called Black American, nor Latino, nor legal migrants, I don't think any of y'all should be out there protesting a No Kings rally or even fighting against ICE. And if you guys notice, all these shootings took place in Chicago. Notice we don't hear about them shootings now that was happening in the Black community. We don't hear about Black people killing each other in Chicago, and you don't see Black people out in those protests. These are paid protesters that are paid by the Democrat Party, right, to go out there and protest against ICE to make it appear that the residents of Chicago is protesting. And they want Black Americans out there so that they can put you on front line. They can have those cameras zoomed in on you to make it appear that you're the one that's out there causing disruption, so that they have a right to put you down. They have a right to arrest you. But you don't see Black Americans out there. You see whites. You see those protesters that are paid, that are Democratic protesters. I call those Joe Biden's army. You see Joe Biden and the Democrats' army out there protesting. They're all white and they're migrants, illegal migrants out there protesting. And you may see a sprinkle of Black Americans out there that think they're doing something because they're loyal to the Democrat Party. When the Democrat Party basically threw you under the bus, they're not doing anything for Black Americans. Not at all. Look at what they're doing in behalf of people that's not even citizens. But yet, there's a lot of y'all out there that can't even get no public assistance because even with the little money they give you, they say you make too much. And you got Governor Hochul in New York that just got done giving citizens $200. What are those $200 going to do? What are the average citizen going to do with $200? But yet the illegal migrants in New York City was getting, what, $13,000, $15,000 a month on an EBT card and a free ride anywhere in the country they wanted to go. And Black Americans or the average citizen can't get anything, barely get public assistance or any type of help. I know people right now that don't even have health insurance, not working because they can't find jobs and they're not eligible for health insurance. But illegal migrants and their children got free health insurance. And you guys are out there protesting your own demise. No foundational Black American, no legal migrant, or even white people have no right out there in a No Kings protest. You have no right being out there. You're a fool if you are. So that's my thoughts on it. You guys are wasting your time. You're heading for self-destruction. Self-destruction because you are the ones that's opening the door. They're using you guys as pawns. You guys are out on the front line. You guys are the grunts. They're in the back, still getting their paycheck, even with this shutdown. The politicians are still getting paid. But a lot of y'all was put out of work. And now you're on the protest line, protesting for the same people that fired you or got you fired.